11 breakthroughs people still swear are 20 years away, that are either already here or moving a lot faster than anyone expected. Number 11. Fusion power stops being a punchline. For decades, fusion was always 30 years out. Then Lawrence Livermore's National Ignition Facility crossed the long-sought threshold. Controlled fusion reactions that produced more energy than the lasers delivered, first achieved in DEC 2022 and repeated in 2023. It's not a power plant yet, but it shattered the never narrative. Meanwhile, private players are sprinting. Helion signed a deal to deliver fusion electricity to Microsoft as soon as 2028, betting on magneto-inertial fusion instead of lasers. Grid-scale fusion is still hard. Think materials, repetition rates, and costs, but the combo of repeated ignition and commercial timelines means it's no longer sci-fi. If fusion was a joke, the punchline just got serious. Number 10. Quantum computing gets error-corrected, not just hyped. Number 9. Meat grown in tanks, not on animals. Lab-grown meat? Maybe for our grandkids. It's here, just tiny and pricey. The U.S. approved the sale of cultivated chicken from Upside Foods and Good Meat in 2023, adding to Singapore's earlier green light. Early batches come in limited quantities, but the first regulatory door opened. Scale is now a manufacturing problem, not a biology one. Think of it like solar in 2008, expensive, awkward, inevitable. As bioreactors get larger and media costs drop, expect more tastings to become menus. The kicker, the tech potentially slashes land use and antibiotics provided energy and feedstocks are clean. It's not replacing ranches tomorrow, but it's definitely not never. Number 8. One-shot gene editing actually curing disease. Editing human DNA safely? See you in 2045. The FDA approved the first CRISPR-based therapy for sickle cell disease in 2023. Exagamglobin autotem cells Casgevy, and in vivo edits are advancing. Intellia's NTLA 2001 knocked down the TTR protein in patients with transthyretin amyloidosis after a single infusion. Verve's base editing programs aim to permanently turn off PCSK9 to lower LDL cholesterol with one dose. We're early, long-term safety and access matter, but people are already living with less disease because their DNA was precisely edited. That's not a promise, it's a charted result. Number 7. Brain-computer interfaces that type by thought. Controlling a cursor with your mind is science fiction. It was, now it's a demo you can watch. In early 2024, Neuralink implanted its wireless BCI in a paralyzed participant who went on to browse, play games, and type using only intention. The company later acknowledged thread migration challenges, but sustained function with software updates. In academic labs, 2023-2025 speech BCIs decoded words at conversational rates, and peripheral nerve interfaces gave amputees touch and better control with the Luke prosthetic arm. Translation: thought to text is real. Senses back to the brain are underway. The path to everyday use is long, but the never just became when. Number 6. Humanoid robots clock in at real jobs. Two-legged warehouse bots? Cute YouTube videos. Amazon began piloting agility robotics Digit in fulfillment centers. Logistics giant GXO signed a multi-year deal to deploy humanoids, and BMW is testing Figures robot on its Spartanburg line. Reuters reported NVIDIA and Foxconn are planning humanoid deployments at a new Houston factory. Are they perfect? Nope. But these aren't lab toys anymore. They're hired help for repetitive tote hauling and line-side tasks, with safety cages today and human cooperation goals by 2025-2026. The job isn't to replace everyone. It's to tackle dull, dirty, repetitive work where companies can't hire enough people. Number 5. Sucking CO2 out of thin air at industrial scale. Direct air capture is decades away. Climeworks switched on Mammoth in Iceland in 2024, the world's largest operating DAC plant, aiming for 36,000 tons per year as modules ramp through 2024-2025. Mineralizing CO2 with CarbFix in basalt. In Texas, Occidental's 1.5 Stratos plant is slated for up to 500,000 tons per year and received the first Class 6 permits for a DAC project, with commercial operations expected in late 2025. Costs must fall dramatically, but the hardware exists, turns on, and stores CO2 underground today. That moves DAC from theoretical to scaling problem. Number 4. Solid-state EV batteries leave the lab bench. Solid-state is always 5 product cycles away. Nissan opened an all-solid-state battery pilot line in Yokohama in January 2025 and still targets first vehicles by fiscal 2028. Toyota outlined a roadmap aiming for 10-minute fast charging and long range later this decade. Are timelines ambitious? Yes, but we now have pilot manufacturing, not just slideware. Even skeptics agree, sulfide and oxide solid electrolytes are progressing, and the majors have dated targets. That doesn't guarantee your next car is solid-state, but it makes, not in our lifetime, a weak bet. Number 3. Quantum secure networks go from thought experiment to build out. Quantum internet? Fun buzzword. China's Michis satellite distributed entanglement over 1,200 kilometers and even secured a Beijing-Vienna video call using satellite QKD. In the U.S., DOE's Chicago network spans to 124 miles of quantum fiber as a testbed. In Europe, the EuroQCI program is funding continent-scale quantum-secure links and a prototype satellite Eagle-1 targeted for launch around 2025-2026. Is this mainstream tomorrow? No, but governments and telcos are building real working infrastructure now. That's a long way from chalkboard equations. Number 2. Gene therapy restores hearing in children born deaf. Fixing congenital deafness with a shot? Maybe next century. In 2024-2025 trials, otoferlin, OF gene therapy delivered into the inner ear led to meaningful hearing gains in most treated children, several improving to nearly normal ranges within months. Regeneron's DB-OTO reported improvements in 10 of 11 kids with evaluable follow-ups. Earlier studies showed 5 of 6 children improved in hearing and speech recognition. Not everyone responds the same, and ethics access matter, but for a subset of genetic deafness, hearing restoration moved from wish to result. Number 1. Your phone talks to space. No dish required. Direct satellite to phone? Come on, it's happening. SpaceX T-Mobile launched direct-to-cell Starlink satellites in 2024 and sent the first text messages the same month. T-Mobile now markets satellite texting for supported phones, rolling out more features. Separately, AT&T and AST SpaceMobile completed satellite video calls over AT&T spectrum in 2025 and plan commercial service. Add Apple's emergency SOS via satellite, iPhone 14 and up, and you've got the beginnings of a world where a no-service icon becomes rare. Not 20 years, already here, with voice data following.